Hello students. So we are going to discuss about the organic reactions. This is the new chapter that we are going to start, that is organic reactions, and module is 3 and our lecture number is 21. So this is our core subject name, that is chemistry, and these are the course objective that we have for our course. The credit point is 3 and contact hour is 35. The concept developed in this course will aid in quantification of several concepts in chemistry that have been introduced at the 10+2 levels in school, is being increasingly based on the electronics and molecular level modification. These are the some of the course outcomes that we have. After this course, completion of this course, you able to describe the fundamental properties of atoms and molecules. You can apply the fundamental concepts of thermodynamics in different engineering applications. You can apply the knowledge of water quality parameters. Also, you can determine the structure of organic molecules using different different techniques, different spectroscopic techniques, and also you can synthesize some of the drugs for the industrial scale. So these are the some of the course outcomes that we have for our course. Okay, this is the lecture plan for the organic reactions that we have. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the today's objective of the class. Today we will discuss about the inductive effect, about the electromagnetic effect, we will discuss about the resonance effect, and also we will see what are the application, what do you mean by the hyperconjugation effect, and what are the effects, what are the applications of hyperconjugation effect. Okay, so inductive effect. Now what are the things that is inductive effect? Generally inductive effect means the capability, what will happen while the two atoms are bonded with each other, and one atom will have the higher electronegativity. What will happen due to the higher electronegativity of that atom? What will happen? We have that atom have some property, have some tendency to pull the bonded electron towards itself. Thus what will happen, the some of the atoms will partially positively charged, and some of the atom which is pulling the electron towards itself, that will have the negative charge, and the partially negatively charged. So these polarity will be created due to the difference in electronegativity, and this phenomenon is called by the inductive effect. Inductive effect refers to the phenomenon wherein a permanent dipole arises in a given molecule due to the unequal sharing of the bond. Okay, the inductive effect is the effect change of a chemical bond has on the orientation on the adjacent bonds in the molecule. Electron cloud in a bond tend to orient themselves towards the electronegative, where the electronegative atoms are there, that atoms are pulling towards the electron cloud itself. Okay, so this is the the effect is called by the inductive effect. You can see here that the this CH2, you can see this CH2 is actually bonded with one the electronegative atom, like it can be halogen, chlorine, it can be oxygen, it can be nitrogen. Okay, So that chlorine, bromine, chlorine, bromine or nitrogen or oxygen having the higher electronegativity than the carbon atom, and it will pull the bonded electron towards itself, just for which the what will happen, some of the partially negatively charged. Yeah. So here on this atom we can have the partially negatively charged, and here on the carbon atom, just adjacent to the carbon atom, we have the partially positively charged. At that positive charge, again this carbon will have the delta positive. This carbon atom we have the delta positive, and also this carbon atom will have the, these are the some of the charges that is overall will be delocalized. Okay. Yeah, the types of inductive effect, actually there are, yeah, so there are two types of inductive effects. Generally we have, one is minus I effect by negative inductive effect, one is plus I effect by positive inductive effect. Minus I effect means when an electronegative atom like halogen introduced to a chain of atoms, the resulting unequal sharing of electrons generates a positive charge which is transmitted through the chain. This causes a permanent dipole to arise the molecule wherein the electronegative atoms holds a negative charge, and corresponding effect is called electron withdrawing inductive effect. Okay. Like if the atom will be higher electronegative, what will happen, it will pull the bonded electron towards itself, and that is called electron withdrawing group. Okay. So minus I effect. And plus I means when the chemical species, while the chemical species with the tendency to release or donate the electrons, like alkyl group. Alkyl groups are having the positive inductive effect because the electronegativity is very less, and they are having the tendency to lose the donate the electrons. Okay, so this type of inductive effect is called, that is plus I effect. You can see here in this picture the chlorine. The chlorine is higher electronegative atom than the carbon. So that's why chlorine has a tendency to pull the electrons, right? So this is electron withdrawing group. Electronegative elements take electron density from the carbon, they strengthen the acidity. Okay. Alkyl group, what will happen? Alkyl group has a tendency to donate, to share the electrons. Okay, to donate the electrons, to pull the electron towards other atom. So what will happen, alkyl groups donate electrons density to other atom, and which weakens the acidity. Okay. Yeah, relative inductive effect. Relative inductive effect, generally what do you mean by relative effects? There are relative inductive effects have been experimentally measured with reference to hydrogen, and in the decreasing order of minus I effect or increasing order of plus I effect. We are having so many groups, and that groups according to their either minus I effect or according to their plus I effect, we are arranging that group in a increasing order or decreasing order. So this is called the relative inductive effect. Okay, and which is with reference to the hydrogen. This arrangement we are making, that is the with reference to the hydrogen. Okay. So generally ammonia having the highest inductive effect, then nitrogen dioxide, then sulfur dioxide we have, then cyanide we have, cyanide group, then SO3H we have, then formaldehyde aldehyde group we have, carbonyl group we have, carboxylic group we have, then carboxy chloride group we have, then the amide group we have. So these are the some of the groups are arranged according to their inductive effects, okay, according to their minus I effect, increasing minus I effects, okay. So with reference to the hydrogen atom, right? Yeah. So this is the formaldehyde is greater than aldehyde is greater than ketone, okay. So this is the order. So from this portion you can have this type of question ki what is the order of the inductive effect, okay. So that time you have to also explain. Yeah. Now what is the application of inductive effect? Generally from this portion you don't have this type of question ki define inductive effect, give some examples of inductive effect, not like that. Rather you are going to have like this, some of the molecules are given, so some of the cations are given, you have to explain which cation is more stable by the inductive effect. Some of the some of the acids or some of the bases are given, so you have to explain which one is the strong acid, which one is the strong base with the help of the inductive effect, right. So first we will see the application of the inductive effect. Yeah, application of the inductive effect. First is the stability of carbocation, very important, okay, very important question also. So we have the 3 degree, we have 3 degree carbon atom, carbocation, 2 degree carbocation, 2 degree carbocation, 1 degree carbocation, and the methyl group, methyl carbocation. So here you can see, here we are having for the 3 degree carbocation, we are having 3 methyl groups, right. So carbocation means what? The here we have less amount of electron density. So less amount of electron density, right. So what will happen, this methyl group will push the electron towards this carbon atom, this methyl group push the electron towards the carbocation, this methyl group push the electron towards the carbocation, as they are having the plus I effect, okay. So thus what will happen, whatever the less amount of electron density we have on the carbocation on the carbocation, that will be stabilized by these 3 methyl groups, okay, 3 methyl groups which are having the plus I effect, right. So that is why the 3 degree carbocation is much more stable than the 2 degree, because here only we have 2 methyl group. For 1 degree only 1 methyl group we have, and for the methyl carbocation we don't have any methyl alkyl group, right. So that is why 3 degree is much more stable than the 2 degree, than 1 degree, and then the methyl group. So thus the stability of carbocation we can explain with the help of the inductive effect. Next one, as I told you, the acidity also we can explain with the help of the inductive effect. Now the order of the acidity is here. So acidity decreases, yeah, decreases, okay. So now what will happen if we go, acidity means what, this the tendency, all these atoms are, look, all these atoms are all these molecules are having a tendency to lose the H plus ion, right, H plus ion, right. So that means it will make the COO, the conjugate base is COO minus, right. So for this case you have to find out for which case that conjugate base will be much more stable. So, this is NO2 group we have. Here at the para position we do not have any group. Okay. Then we have here methyl group, and also we have here hydroxyl group, right. Okay. So, the acidity decreases in this order. Why? Because NO2 means it can has the tendency to pull the electrons towards itself. So, whatever the electrons we have on the conjugate base, that means on the carboxyl COO minus group, that electron will be delocalized through this minus I effect. Okay, the electron withdrawing group, that is the NO2 group. Here we do not have any group, only the COH we have. Here we have the methyl group, alkyl group. Alkyl group means what? It can it pushes the electron towards this cell. So, what will happen again, this due to presence of this methyl group, the electron density will increase here. So, which will destabilize the molecule, destabilize the conjugate base. And here also again we have the OH group, which has the lone pair, and this yes, which has the lone pair, and again this lone pair, it can contribute the lone pair to the bond to the ring, for what the electron density will increase, and which will destabilize again the COO minus. So, that is why the acidity decrease in this order. Okay. So, this acidity also we can explain with the help of the inductive effect. Yeah. Next we have the electromeric effect. Electromeric effect. Yeah. So, electromeric effect means the electromeric effect is an intermolecular movement of electrons from a pi bond to another atom of the molecule due to attack by the reagent. You can see this atom we have, this alkane. Okay. Now, what will happen? The cyanide group will attack. The cyanide group will attack on this carbon atom, right. So, what will happen? It will attach with this carbon atom. The cyanide group will attach with this carbon atom, and what will happen? The bond will the bond this pi bond will break here, and on the carbon atom we have the negative ion. Okay. So, this effect is called by the electromeric effect. Again we have for the electromeric effect the positive electromeric effect, that means plus E effect, and also we have the minus E effect. The plus E effect, for the plus E effect, the effect of the pi electrons of the multiple bonds are transferred to the atom which is to which the reagent gets attached, and for minus C, in this effect the pi electrons of the multiple bond are transformed to the atom to which the attacking reagent do not get attached. Okay. So, positive electromeric effect like the H plus ion will attach with this bond. What will happen? That time this pi electron will abstract the H plus ion, and it will form this type of molecule, carbocation, right. For negative electromeric effect, while we have the reagent, negative reagent, nucleophile, the negative reagent, and it will, what will happen, that time it will just attach with this carbon atom, and it will form this type of bond, and this pi bond will like this. If this Cn minus, if this is attached with this, actually this is attached with this carbon atom, and thus the bond will remove, and thus the carbon on the carbon atom we have the negative ion. So, this is called negative electromeric effect. Okay. Yeah, next we have resonance effect. Generally, resonance effects we can see in which medium, in which we have the conjugated pi bond system. Okay, like benzene ring. For the benzene ring, all we know that that is a conjugate pi bond system, and there we can have the resonance effect or delocalization of the pi electrons. Okay, because pi orbitals are, while the pi orbitals are the parallel to each other, what will happen, the electron can jump over the each and every pi orbitals, and thus the electron can remove thus the electron can delocalize throughout the whole chain, throughout the whole ring. Okay, so in chemistry, the resonance or mesomerism is a way or excuse me, describing the delocalization of the electron within a certain molecules or polyatomic ions where the bond actually cannot be expressed. Okay, so expressed by one single Lewis structure, a molecule or ion with such delocalized electron is represented by the several contributing structures. Okay. Yeah, each contributing structure can be represented by the Lewis structure with only an integer number of the covalent bond between each pair of the atoms within the structure. Okay, so here you can see this. Here we have the phenol atom, right? Okay, and this is the phenoxide ion. Now what will happen, phenoxide ion, that means this oxygen atom, on this oxygen atom we have the electron density, right? Now this electron density can be delocalized through this whole ring. Okay, so this is actually the resonating structure, structure number 1, this is structure 1, structure 2, this is structure 3, and so on, structure 4, structure 5. Okay, so these are the some of the structures. Now what will happen, first of all, this electron, whatever the electron pair is on the oxygen atom, that will make the pi bond here. Okay, and this bond will again, this bond will move to this next carbon atom, and this carbon atom will next have the negative charge. Then this negative charge will be again make this pi bond, and this pi bond will break and it will move to the next. So now next this negative bond, negative electrons will make the pi bond here, and this pi bond again move to the next carbon atom, and thus we have the this type of ring structure. Okay. Yes. So this type of ring structure we have, that is structure 6. So this is called, this delocalization of the electron throughout the whole ring, that is called by resonance effect. Yeah, so resonance effect always again we have the Plasar effect. Yes, this is the Plasar effect, and again we have the Minusar effect. So for the Plasar effect we can see resonance in phenol. What will happen, whatever the electrons here, lone pairs are there, that electron will come here, it will make the double bond, and then this pi bond will move here. So thus this type of structures we will, resonating structures we will get 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This type of resonating structures we will get. Okay. Now resonance in aniline. Again, for the aniline also we have the lone pair here. That lone pair will come here and this bond will move to the next carbon atom. Okay. So here again this will move here and this carbon atom will have the negative charge, right. So again this negative charge will make the pi bond, and again this carbon atom will have the negative charge and this atom, and ultimately again it will back. So this type of, so the next we have, after this we have this type of structure. Okay. So these are the some of the resonating structures of phenol. This is the phenol, this is the aniline. Next we have chlorobenzene. Again for the chlorobenzene the same thing we have, that is the first of all the lone pair will come here and the bond will move to this carbon atom and so on. Okay. So these are the some of the Placer effect that we have. Now we will discuss about the Menacer effect. Menacer effect generally groups or atoms that withdraws electron through the resonance exhibit minus ion effect. Okay, resonance in benzaldehyde, which can, that means the functional groups which can withdraw electrons towards itself from the ring structure and through the resonance. So that is called by the Menacer effect, right. Like this is you can see this is the benzaldehyde. Okay. So benzaldehyde, what will happen, the this pi electron will be abstracted by this oxygen atom, right, oxygen atom, and thus this pi bond will move here and we are having this type of resonating structure. So you can see here the positive charge will, sorry, yeah, okay. Yes, the positive charge will move throughout this. Okay. Yeah. So the positive charge will move throughout this ring. You can see here the negative charge will be moving throughout the ring, and for Menacer effect the positive charge will be moving. Here the again we have the resonance in nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene again abstracting the electrons from the ring structure, and thus these are the some of the resonating structures that we have, where the again the positive charge will be removing. Understand, the positive charge will be revolving around the ring. Resonance in allyl carbonium ion, like this. Okay. So if we have like this CH2 plus, so again the this type of resonating structures we can have. For this anion also, carbocation also, we can have this type of electrodelocalization. Okay. Next one is hyperconjugation effect, very important. Okay. So hyperconjugation effect, mainly what will happen, what are the hyperconjugation effect? For this, in organic chemistry, hyperconjugation is the interaction of the electron in a sigma bond with an adjacent empty non-bonding pi orbital, antibonding sigma or pi orbital or filled pi orbital, to give an extended molecular orbital that increases the stability of the system. Okay. So for the hyperconjugation, first of all we should have the alpha hydrogen. Okay, these are the alpha hydrogen we should have. The alpha, like you can see here, this is the double bond. Here we have the double bond, right? And adjacent to this, this is called, these are the alpha hydrogens. Okay, so these are the, here we have the 3 alpha hydrogen, right? Okay, so what will happen if the pi electron will move here? What will happen, for to stabilize the carbocation, the alpha hydrogen can break the bond, and this electron will move here and it will make the pi bond. Like this we can have the some of the resonating structures. Okay, hyperconjugation through this effect is called by the hyperconjugation effect. Only the pi orbitals will be parallel, otherwise the electron cannot go. Yeah, so this is the hyperconjugation effect. Again you can see hyperconjugation effect in toluene. Okay, so this is the alpha hydrogen. Here we have 3 alpha hydrogen. More the alpha hydrogen, more will be the stability. Okay, stability of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now you can see here we have the, for one butene 2 hydrogens we have only. Okay, and for 2 butene we have 3 hydrogen, 3 alpha hydrogen. That means the number of alpha hydrogen, that is the number of resonating structures. That means the higher number of resonating structures, that means the higher stability. That is why the 2 butene consists of 6 alpha carbon hydrogen sigma bond, while we have the 6 resonating structures, and for this 1 butene only we have the 2 hydrogen alpha hydrogens. So that is why only 2 resonating structures we can get. These are the alpha hydrogens. Okay, so that is why 2 butene is much more stable than the 1 butene. Next, the stability of the alkyl group. Obviously the stability of the alkyl group of, again we can indicate by the, we can explain by the hyperconjugation effect. Now look, stability of carbocation also you can explain by the inductive effect, and also you can explain by the hyperconjugation effect, but hyperconjugation effects is much more prominent than the inductive effect. So for this case you can consider both of the effect, or you can explain this question with the hyperconjugation effect only. Okay, so always the 3-degree carbocation is much more stable because we have 9 alpha hydrogen. You can see 9 alpha hydrogen, that means 9 resonating structures we will get. For here only 2 alpha hydrogen, 6 alpha hydrogens we have, and for here 1 degree, for 1 degree or primary carbocation, that we have only 3 alpha hydrogens, and the and for methyl carbocation only 0 carbocation we have, 0. Understand? So that is why what will happen, that is why for the higher the number of alpha hydrogen, higher number of the resonating structure, and higher will be the stability. Thus we can explain the alkyl carbocation, stability of the alkyl carbocation 3 degree is higher than the 2 degree, then 1 degree, and then methyl carbocation by the hyperconjugation effect also. Now this is up to today's topic. This is all about the today's topic. This is now one question is given, that is which one is most stable carbocation, and for this you will get 10 second time. Your time starts now. Yeah, your time is over and you are absolutely right. The 3-degree carbocation is higher than the 2-degree carbocation than the 1-degree carbocation, and the less stable carbocation is the methyl carbocation, okay, alkyl carbocation. So these are the some of the today's topic. Next, this is the recapitulation. So we have discussed the inductive effect, right? Electromagnetic effect also we have discussed, the resonance effect we have discussed, and also we have discussed about the hyperconjugation effect. So excuse me, students, please follow the classes regularly, because this chapter is much more conceptual chapter. From this chapter you can have some of the conceptual questions. So that is why if you don't clear your concept, then you can find out the answer. Okay, so please follow the classes regularly and submit the assignment in time. So thank you students, and see you in the next class.